Back here on the Cover 3 podcast. The big loser would be it's on the Madison side of things, bud. You know?
Does somebody get hurt?
No, yeah, the head coach of the Wisconsin Badgers football team. Kind of a big loser coming out of this day.
I mean,
we'll get there.
They're expected to get dump trucked, and they did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect Wisconsin to compete with Alabama. Like, Wisconsin to me was one of the say this kindly. Wisconsin is not playing as well as you would hope this program would play. They're also very much a product of having played in the Big Ten West for 20 years or however long that thing lasted. And I just don't like athlete for athlete. They're not close to Alabama. I don't expect them to be. It's like that game went like kind of how we thought it would go.
I think
they're a bottom third Big Ten team. They weren't projected to make a bowl. Their win total in the preseason was what, 5?
Mm-hmm. 5.5, yeah.
I mean, to me, that was all like, is Bama going to show up against a team with some athletes?
Yeah, I thought the game was more lopsided than the final score indicated.
It was.
Agreed. Yeah.
Okay. I thought Alabama looked great.
Are we still? Is the sky still falling?
No.
Is it possible that Alabama just lost on the road to like a playoff team?
It's also possible that how many mobile quarterbacks is Bama going to face this year? Because if you go back and break down some of their breakdowns last year, Castellanos fits this year, right? Sellers last year ran on them pretty well. There were a couple more, obviously, Diego got him in Nashville. When that defense faces a pro-style attack, they're kind of fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
Ty Simpson's looked great for the last 2 weeks. Much improved over
he's throwing the ball on time.
Game. Yeah. So
yeah.
Who knows? I mean, again, road environment, first start, really, just a tough spot. He might have just really been, he might have got off to a bad start and then just got completely lost and was just panicking the rest of that day. But ULM fixed him. Today he looked great against Wisconsin. He was 24-29, 382, 4 touchdowns. I'm still worried that Alabama can't run the ball. But
it's a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Does this travel to Georgia?
I mean, is Georgia are there safeties and corners going to fall down some more, or because that'll travel if it does. Yeah, no, I think you look at the receiving core. Like, obviously Ryan Williams gets plenty of attention, but I think Jeremy Bernard
was awesome today.
Very good. It's just it's like there's suddenly you feel like there's a lot more depth to this receiver core than maybe it was getting credit for to start the season. Guys are kind of stepping up. Horton had a big game. I think that this is a team where there was a lot of overreaction to that week 1 game, but when you look at the way the SEC has looked now through nearly almost a month of football, they're still clearly one of the better teams in that league.
Yeah. I think that Alabama can travel because we might have a situation, and we talked about this a little bit, right? The idea that, the SEC might have a little bit of a bounce back. And remember that year when we said SEC defenses are terrible and none of the SEC defenses are good because they all had kind of taken a step forward? I think buckle up. We might have a year on our hands where all of these games are going to end up being a little shootouty. Do you get that sense?
I could see it. I don't know if I'd see it in a lot of LSU games.
Or Texas.
More Texas, yeah.
Still kind of TBD on Auburn, I think.
What do you mean TBD? Hell no. Auburn will give it up.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Defensively, I would agree with you. We really haven't seen Arnold throw the football yet.
Doesn't matter. They'll figure it out. They got too much talent. Like Auburn is like, 44-41 is going to be the game. We're in. Like they've got the personnel. They're ready to go. Alabama, they're ready to go. Like there are no less than 5 teams in the SEC that if you tell them that that's what it's going to take, it's going to be a Big 12 game. Well, congratulations. You invited in Texas and Oklahoma. You caught Big 12. I texted I texted our friend Joe Giglio during Thursday's state weight game. I was like, I know they only invited Cal and Stanford, but this is a Pac-12 game if I've ever seen one. They caught the Pac-12, you know? So this is what happens. You invite Texas and Oklahoma, you catch Big 12. Sometimes you're just going to have to sign up and be ready to go 44-41. Doesn't matter how many NFL draft picks you've got on that defensive line. You know what happens to those NFL draft picks when they have to play all those snaps? They start huffing and puffing, and they can't quite have the same impact. So who can score 44? I think that Alabama can score 44 against anybody in the SEC.
I don't think they could score 44 against anybody in the SEC unless they start running the ball better.
It kind of depends on who they play, obviously. Like, they're not going to score 44 on Texas defense is really good.
Yeah. I don't think they'll score 44 on LSU.
If Tennessee gets the corners back, they will not score 44 on Tennessee. I don't think.
What about on Vandy?
No, nobody's scoring 44 on Vandy. Vandy scores 44 on you.
But there are some challenging games on the schedule left, like a lot of them.
Yeah.
At Georgia, nobody's happy about having to play Vandy between like Georgia and the trip to Missouri. Missouri looks really buttoned up and good.
The next month and a half sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
I mean, that's outside of Eastern Illinois. Like, where's the one game on there where you're like, they've got no shot of losing?
Most of the teams on Bama's schedule look better than we thought they would in the preseason, with the exception of South Carolina.
Right. I would agree with that. Oklahoma TBD. We are using the Michigan win as a big data point for Oklahoma. We'll see. I mean,
That's fair.
We'll find that out on October 11th when they play.
Did you see Mateer's jump pass today?
I saw a lot of wild boy behavior from John Mateer today.
I was like, okay, this is interesting. Like, the jump pass is like, it's cool. You have it in your bag. I don't know if we need it if nobody's around you. Like, this.
But see, that's John Mateer, though. Like,
yeah,
that is what happens when nobody is watching. That's who he is, and that's why
I could do the Tennessee segment, lean back, right, and do the Aguilar. I don't know, like, I can't just jump during the show when we talk Oklahoma. That was cool.
That's what I do when I do a sicko mode dance.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
The Mateer.
Congrats to Alabama, Tom. You were tasked with writing about Luke Fickell. Do you want to expound on that now or save it for Monday?
I'll expound on it now. I don't think there is an appetite to fire Luke Fickell. I don't think tonight's loss or today's loss does anything to change Luke Fickell's status. It's just, it feels exactly like last year, because last year at this time was when Tyler Van Dyke got hurt against Alabama, and the season completely fell apart from there. Billy Edwards was hurt in the season opener, so here you are again playing Alabama with your backup quarterback getting your ass handed to you. So if you just look at the situation, like the record, Fickell's record against Power 4 competition is 8-13 at Wisconsin. It's not great. And I think that when you combine that and the rest of their schedule, if they keep taking losses like this, meanwhile, Jason X winning a bunch of games at New Mexico and beating UCLA, a former Wisconsin offensive lineman. And I also know that there is currently a sitting Power 4 coach who has expressed interest in this job if it comes open.
Oh,
if things spiral out of control, I don't know that Luke Fickell is as safe as I thought he was at the beginning of the year.
I will say, just from hearing things, Wisconsin does have a little more NIL money than I thought they would have. So I do think this will be an attractive job if it opens. Do we think this is still a top half of the Big Ten job?
Yes.
Job, like not team, obviously.
Yes.
Top half?
All right.
I'm going to try to name.
Hold on. Top 9. There are 18 teams in the Big Ten.
I know. And I'm going to Oregon.
Wisconsin ain't top 9.
Oregon, USC, Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan. There's 5.
Nebraska.
Right? Nebraska is 6.
Yeah.
Would you rather have Illinois or Wisconsin right now?
I think I would rather have Wisconsin. You guys are clearly in a much better position than they are because Brett's got that thing working there. But you got a big donation too, right? So
I disagree. Yeah, we just got $100 million. We've got
fair.
that.
Yeah, but
would you rather have
more
Washington?
money?
No.
We got more money than Wisconsin.
Would you rather have Washington? Because I would.
I think Washington's tough because of the travel, but they do care a lot. And you don't have the recruiting base, although you've got some decent recruits up there. But it's not like you have a really solid recruiting base in the state of Wisconsin, but you're able to recruit Chicago and the suburbs. So
before Kalen left, he talked about how they needed to get their house in order NIL-wise.
Mm-hmm.
So they were not on the front foot. I can't speak to their current operation, but I remember what it was like when they were doing their playoff run and how he felt like they had really done some good work because of the playoff run. But at the beginning of the season, he did not feel like they were up to snuff with the best teams in the country.
Would you rather have Iowa than Wisconsin?
I would rather have Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin has been, I think Wisconsin has peaked through. I know it's all Barry and Barry and Barry, but I think that Wisconsin at least has hit in sort of multiple different coaches. So I'd rather have that.
Okay, so I'll give them top half, but it's right there in the middle.
Yeah, it's somewhere between like 7 and 11, depending on your preference.
Yeah.
So it's not top third. Okay. It's still a good job, man.
I don't know what I know it's a big number. I don't know exactly what it is, but the buyout's pretty hefty, if I recall.
For Fickell?
Yeah.
Is it all due at once, or is it like
I do not know. I don't know.
Because that's a huge difference.
What you should do, this is actually a challenge. I know we've got an awesome audience in the tailgate rocking and rolling. I want everyone to do this right now, and everyone who's listening, Google the following terms, okay? Luke Fickell buyout Robbie Calland. All right, those words. Luke Fickell buyout Robbie Calland. It's only 5 words, and it will lead you to a story on CBSSports.com. Luke Fickell buyout Robbie Calland. Okay?
Oh, bang, I'm right there.
See, that's how easy it is. Tom just did it live on air.
Me too. Look at that.
Yeah.
It is approximately $31.5 million. Or he'll have $31.5 million left on his deal. It's 80% of the deal. So it'd be approximately $25 million. That's not that bad.
And just as a tease,
I thought it was heftier than that.
For later in the show, just to make sure the audience that's watching, if you want to go ahead and get this in too, we'd appreciate it. Brent Pry buyout Robbie Calland will also lead you to the answers you're looking for. Shout out to Robbie, the buyout king, who's got that on lock. Okay, buyout that ain't coming, but a lot of problems that have to be addressed.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like if you're a Wisconsin fan, there's just not a whole lot to feel optimistic about right now.
I think you could also tell yourself, hey, we have been snake bit by some of these preseason injuries under Luke. The schedule has been really challenging. There are Big Ten teams whose schedule are a lot easier than what he has had so far. Like last year, they lost Thompson, the nose, like one of their best defensive players in the preseason. This year, they lose the left tackle coming out of spring. That's not the reason that they're not any good, but it certainly doesn't help to lose like premier line of scrimmage guys. Quarterback gets hurt early this year. Quarterback got hurt last year too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't fault the guy for trying to kind of bring them into the 21st century offensively somewhat, because you knew leaving the Big Ten West, you were not going to be able to play bully ball against some of those top third type teams in the league. Now, it didn't work with the hire they made, and I'm not convinced Luke Fickell's like an awful coach. I do think that maybe some of his success at Cincinnati was with that staff that is largely like now at Notre Dame and spread across college football. And it's hard to just it's hard to pull aces every time when you make staff hires. So I sometimes it just doesn't work out, and you got to move on.